What's going on, guys? Welcome back to the channel, or to the channel maybe. I really want to make a quick shout out to everybody that's been watching, commenting, subscribing to the channel. It's been awesome. Last year I put a few videos out and just didn't stay consistent with it. This time here we're going to stay consistent, going to keep putting out content. We're kind of on a roll at this point. But we just hit 200 subscribers, which is awesome to have, 200 people that are wanting to watch the videos and stuff every week. So just a quick shout out to you guys. Thanks a lot, and we'll keep putting them out if you guys keep watching them. This next couple weeks, going to be working on the Nova, the 74 Nova hatchback. This is going to be part 3. In this video, we are going to be blocking all the primer, the first coat of the 2K from the doors back. We're going to be fitting the hatch, getting it fit where we want it, closing, shutting, all that stuff, doing the door gap body work, anything that we missed in the initial body work after blocking it. We're going to be fixing that stuff, and then also getting our second round of high build primer on that, so then we can kind of just switch gears from there and get onto the front of the car, getting the motor pulled, engine and trans actually pulled, get the firewall painted, all that stuff, so then we can really get on to getting it the outside of the car painted and back to the guys. So yeah, follow along. There'll be a lot of tips and tricks throughout that I do to get them ready for paint. Yeah, let's get going. $150. All right, guys, you see me swipe across this here. It was really super close, in and out, all that stuff. Mainly, I like to wipe across my gaps for if there's any imperfections, any slight difference in, here you're good, but here there's a slight variance, wherever. I'll just mud that seam across and then block across both panels at the same time, all the way around the car. So each panel is consistent. When you look down the side of it, they're both on the same plane, front to back. It just makes for a nicer job. So let's get that locked down and see what it looks like after that. Might need a little bit more, but more than likely we're going to be good after that. So. This needs one more little skim coat. Our edges are pretty much where you want them. There's just a little bit of a low spot here. Very, very faint. So I'm gonna go ahead and one more coat this. Not real, just a little bit here, maybe feather this out. But for the most part, it's there. So I'm gonna run some tape.
it's easier to run tape. I've learned in some of these areas that just to keep a little bit of the filler to a minimum where you don't want it to be at, like getting down in these grooves, I think it's easier to run tape than it is to try to let that body filler get in there and dry, and then you gotta dig it all out. So I feel like it's easier to put a little tape, then you can just peel the tape off while the filler's still drying, and I think it helps. So now we'll swipe across this. Out in here is good, so we're gonna keep it tight to right here, and this little area here, and this gap will be perfect. 3/16 all the way down, about a paint stick width, even, uniform all the way down, and this way. It's already really flat this way, but we're just kind of fine tuning it. And then we'll finish blocking our door. Finish a little bit of, we've mostly got our quarter panel blocked, and then we'll go on to this half of the roof. And then from the door back over here, roof, will be ready for its second coat of high build. So let's get some filler on that. That should get us to where we want to go. Peel this off while this stuff's still wet. There. Okay guys, I want to give you guys a close-up of this here so I can maybe explain it a little better. So here is what we've been working on here. We've got an even 3/16 gap all the way down. Obviously here there's not any filler, a small amount here, none here, and a small amount here. Just to get it even across. And you can see the gap all the way down, it's consistent and nice. And then this is the, if I can get this to, there we go. That's what you're looking for. You can't see any space from panel to panel. Just like that. That's why I do my little bit of filler across and block it across the panel. So when this car's done, painted, when you're walking up on it at car show or wherever, and you look down the side of it, it's going to be perfectly straight. So just want to bring you guys in for a little close up on that part there, maybe explain it a little bit better. So now I'm going to finish blocking some more on this roof. Quarter's coming out really good. No spots that need fixed on the quarter yet. I do need to block down low, the low areas, and back here. And then we'll have this side from the doors back pretty much ready for the second coat of high build. I'm holding off on the fenders because they're barely bolted on. I'm gonna wait, do the fenders and the front doghouse last, all that, lining that stuff up and all that stuff. So, and I'm waiting on the latch to come in for the trunk. Once the latch gets here, I'll get the latch in, then I can really fit the trunk better, know what I'm gonna have before I get too involved with body work in that hatch. So let's get the block on the rest of this side, and we'll go from there.
All right, guys, we already worked on getting this trunk to fit pretty good. I've got a little bit more latch adjustment I'm gonna do, but my goal is right now to get this this hatch fitting where I want it, so I can be body working this and this side of the car at the same time. For the most part, we've got a nice even gap, especially on this side. This side gets a little bit wonky up here in the corner, but I'm gonna fix that. But I don't want to move it anymore because everywhere, if I move it here, it's gonna move it here, and I like this whole side across the top. And I like this whole side up here too. So I'm just gonna work on this area up here, and then all the way around the hatch at the top. It's wonky and wavy up there, so I'm gonna skim coat the whole top and do some look through here. I'm not sure what's all needs through here. So, but yeah, that's the goal. Get this trunk, this latch adjusted to fit just where I want it, and then be able to body work this hatch and this door and everything over here at the same time. And then we're going to put our second coat of high build primer on the doors back. So let's get going on that. So I've got some adjustment up here, but it's pretty much as far as it can go. The direction I need it to go, it's as far as it can go that way, and I don't think that's going to get it right where I want it. So I'm going to adjust down here, which there's a bunch of adjustment down there as well. But let's just check it real fast. Also, take note, it shuts really well, which is another thing I pride myself on, is gotta get them to shut just like that. This slamming doors and hoods and trunks, just take the extra time, get them to shut, just like that, and it'll be worth it in the end. Okay, so now this is where I want it, height-wise, on each side and gap. This back corner comes down, it flares out some, so I'm going to hammer this back in some, and then it's going to pretty much fit very, very nice. We're coming off of another car, and where we started, when we first put it on here, it was way off. So, it's a little bit wonky up here, the actual body of the car. So I'll do a little work here. But other than that, it's pretty straight and nice where I would want it. So let's get this corner where I want it here. Oh, you can see it too from here. It flares out. This side's pretty straight. So it flares out. sides. Heck yeah. Okay, I'm gonna put you guys on the time lapse because now I'm gonna start doing blocking this down here, seeing what, you know, lows and highs. But I'm really happy with our gap now. Our trunk shuts really good. One finger, you know, shuts really good. So now I'm gonna go, like I said, that top corner up here, I don't know what, probably can't see much, but up here where they did their lead work, it's a little bit wonky. So I'm gonna fix that. And then up through here on both sides, I'm sure that's how it comes factory, but this trunk is a little bit higher than the body. So I'm gonna work those areas down too, just because I don't wanna look from the side and the trunk would be real strong compared to the body. So I'm gonna work those areas down here, but from here down, all the way around the back, it's good. So I'm gonna throw you guys on a time lapse so you guys can check that out. And then we're also gonna be working on this this door over here. I've already got this side done as far as the door and everything goes. So next I'm gonna be working on this and this at the same time. And then we can get our second coat of high build on it. Figured I'd split this trunk lid in half, instead of trying to do the whole thing at one time. We'll just do half of it here so I can keep it straight easier, not forget anything. And while this side is drying, we'll hop over to the other side and get it going. Time we got to get a sand filler.
Save a lot of time.
Take those edges off a little bit like that. All right, guys, off camera, went ahead and I figured I'd showed enough of the blocking and body work and all that stuff in this video already, so I was going to save you guys quite a bit of the time on watching all that tedious stuff. But I did this side on camera here, this gap and everything, so I figured I'll just do this one off camera. But I did go ahead and do the same thing on this door here, fit it. Needed a little bit more work than the other side, but it's right where I want it now. Had a couple little low spots that once I blocked it come back, or didn't really come back, but I blocked it out and you could see where they were still low. So that's what these primer coats are for. Is it's kind of hard for me at least to tell where I'm at until I get at least one coat of primer on it, block it, and then it shows everything. And I also went ahead, like I was saying, and skim coated all the way around this outside, and it feels really good now. We'll see once we get our first coat of primer on that trunk or hatch, get it blocked out, and see where we're at with that. But also went ahead and got it masked up, as you've seen, just real quick for primer. So now we're gonna epoxy these bare metal areas and put our second coat of high build on the rest of it. And then that'll pretty much wrap this video up. You guys will see me primer and everything. And then we'll wrap this video up with that. And then the next video will be where we'll go to the front, pull the engine, trans, do under the hood, all that painting, all that stuff. So yeah, let's switch gears here, get the epoxy going and the high build. All right, guys, I managed to get that epoxy on, and I put 3 coats of the 2K high build on, and then a light coat of guide coat. You can see once this primer goes on, it really kind of shows you just how good these gaps look once you get them where you want them. So I'm definitely pumped about the second coat of prime going on. This car's coming along really nicely. Now this is going to sit. I'm going to let this sit for a few days, completely cure out before I do anything blocking wise or anything. And also when I'm putting my coats of 2K on, I'll let them sit for 15 to 20 minutes or so at least until they completely flash over. That's just how I was taught, as far as don't go wet on wet with your primer, to where, you know, some of the sand scratches, the primer will actually let it dry before you keep going over top of it. So yeah, it's coming along good. Like I said earlier, the next step will be, I'm actually gonna move to the front and tackle under the hood and all that stuff next, get the fenders fit before we go on any farther with the doors back. So that's going to pretty much do it for this video here. In the next video, probably going to put out a truck video next, on the K20. That'll probably be next, and then shortly after that we will be putting out another video on the 1LE. But the next video on this, if you're watching just for the Nova, is going to be, we're going to switch over to the front end, like I said, getting the engine and trans pulled out. He's going to take those and detail those up. He's got some different things he's going to do to the engine while it's out, and then I'm going to paint the core support, firewall, fender wells, all that kind of stuff. To where then we can just, once under the hood is done, we can mask it off and it's done. So we can just keep on going with the outside of the car, getting it painted. But yeah, if you guys are following along on this build, I really appreciate it. It keeps me motivated to work on them. Putting videos out, it makes it a lot easier, as I'm only one guy here, and it can get kind of drug out from day to day on doing these same things, you know, blocking and primer and all that stuff. So it really helps when you guys are watching, kind of keeps me going. Yeah, we're gonna cut it here, and thanks for watching. Thanks for 200 subs. Let's work up to 500, and from there hopefully 1,000, and we'll keep putting them out. So but yeah, look for next on the there'll be a truck video coming out, and there'll be another video on the 1LE coming out here soon. And I'm still got that video in the works for Kick and Wing. So yeah, just keep watching, and if you're liking the content, like, comment, subscribe, and we'll see you on the next one.